My mother was a very busy woman, and I was alone in the house. I remember being alone in the house every single day.
Was that good or bad?
Talking to chairs, tables, the whole works. So to me, I'm in the house. I'm here. What else do you want? I'm here.
I'm already doing more
I'm
than
here.
what Mommy did.
So don't say how. I'm saying that struck a chord with me because I remember growing up. My mom, I was in the house.
Well, that's a very important narrative you just given. Look at how you grew up and how your child is making demands.
Right.
And it seems, I'll say it seems, because you did say that she's asking you don't seem to be giving what she wants,
Right.
effectively.
Right.
That may also be a function of how you grew up.
Yeah.
That may actually be a reflection of how you grew up. And we're getting emotional.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that is real because, at times we end up, inadvertently, at times replicating what we've gone through or overcompensating for what we've gone through. For example, what Abiola said, I think about how my parents handled me, and because I don't want to do exactly the same thing because I didn't like it then, so I'm going to, but that may not always work well because...
But in this case, she's doing, what she's saying is that I've done more than I got when I was growing up.
Yes.
You can even see me.
Yes.
So why she says that her child still doesn't think she's getting enough of her.
Remember what she said also, that her child wants her to play with her, but she's not... She's busy, she's doing life, you understand? That playfulness has never, so sorry we're putting you on the spot. That's okay. At certain ages, certain things are okay. But then when they get to another age, it's absolutely not okay for a 10-year-old to be throwing tantrums, like that. Or for a 10-year-old to be saying, I want it now, or I want to poo-poo now and poo-poo, I want to eat now, I must get it now. So there are certain things that are developmentally appropriate, there are other things that are not,
Okay, so...
I was going to get to the age of your child, who is, I'm sorry, who is around 6, 7,
Yes.
At that age, they have a lot of imaginative play. Their fantasy world is rich. They want to play, they want to engage in make-believe, they want you to pretend and play with them, Let's do pretend play, so that's another... stage of development, Remember I said that there are several other things in between, but we don't have time for...
But she pretends to be Cinderella.
So you can actually do pretend play together, and it's okay, That's also a developmental stage where they do that a lot.
Okay, so my question is there anything happening in their brains that when they're 7 and when they're 10, that differentiates their behavior from 7 and 10 and how I communicate and how we communicate with each other? Like, so what do I need to understand about what he or she is going through in her brain that would make it easier for me to understand my child, and then we are communicating better?
I think it's not so much as in their brain, because believe me, a lot is going on in their brain. Their brain is growing, the brain is, just imagine a huge tree that starts with one little branch and then later has other branches. The brain is making new networks and neurons are forming, and that's why every development you see is a reflection of lots of development going on. But to understand how to communicate with them, it is the art with which we are communicating, also communicating in a developmentally appropriate way. You don't talk to a 2-year-old like you talk to a 10-year-old. Your use of language has to be different. You can't talk to a 2-year-old, behave yourself, you should be mature, you should be... No, they're just 2, for goodness sake. But a 10-year-old, you can use a few stronger words, you should know better, you understand, what I expect of you. So I think we need to just understand, we need to be developmentally appropriate, and we need to be able to read their verbal and non-verbal.